The House will soon vote on their version of the new energy package. Will it contain good news for consumers? I'm Rachel Oliphant, and this is Heritage in Focus.
Well, unfortunately, energy is a subject that Washington has never dealt with particularly well, and that tradition continues with the latest energy bill. Both the Senate version, which was passed a few weeks ago, and the House version, which is about to be voted on, contain a number of very problematic provisions and nothing that would actually help consumers in the long run in terms of energy prices. There are provisions, for example, to add price gouging measures, which would actually probably bring back a repeat of the gas lines and shortages that we saw in the 1970s and early 80s. There's also a renewable fuel standard, which will actually increase the price at the pump. So there's a lot to be worried about in these bills. But the real problem is not what these bills do contain, but what they don't contain. They don't contain even one drop of additional domestic oil. America is the only oil-producing nation on Earth that has placed a substantial amount of its reserves off limits. That includes 10 billion barrels in Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. That includes oil as well as natural gas in 85% of our offshore areas that are also restricted. Give the environmentalists credit. They've been able to block new drilling almost everywhere. Even though drilling today is very, very safe, the risk of spills, the risks of environmental damage have been minimized. But the restrictions are still in place, and unfortunately, these House and Senate energy bills don't try to change them. I would actually say that these energy bills should be called anti-energy bills, because the most logical thing for us to do is to make good use of the energy we have here right at home. And unfortunately, both the Senate and the House is not even trying to do that right now.
Consumers would benefit if Congress opened up domestic oil production. Unfortunately, this bill won't allow for it. I'm Rachel Oliphant, and this is Heritage in Focus. For more information, log on to heritage.org.